Good morning as we enter into Memorial Weekend. Let me see, how do I say this? I'm always trying to pick the words and be careful about certain things. But, one of the things that we run into in our society is that we were more open and yet still ignorant, still confused, kind of like what I'm doing right now, about the elusive talk of what we are going up against that actually goes down to biblical principle. Now, before I lose you off on the right side, I want you to understand that even the right side is fucked up on this. There, does that bring it in? We struggle to find our place in a society. You got to remember, in America, with opening up everything and talking about laws and talking about civil rights and everything more openly than, say, any other nation, that we are the battleground, we're the testing, we're the lab, we are the lab rats. For the case of democracy in the world and in history, mind you. Given that situation, we need to understand also that that we are in a constant push me, pull you on those things that have challenged humanity and humans in governing and existence since we started keeping records, I guess, forever. One of the best examples that I could say is of on the equal rights, when you start bringing into play homosexuals. I could turn around and say by color, but that's just too damn easy. Because then when you start going by, you got people that are wanting rights strictly because of who they choose to love. And we have a group that pushes back against that because of principle of their faith. Realistically, that's what's at the core of their stand. Okay? But what it still really comes down to is the push between the physical and the spiritual. Okay? I don't care who you're sleeping with. I just don't care who you're sleeping with, whether it's of the same sex or not. It shouldn't affect me. Your choice of who you sleep with, or whether you sleep with anybody. Okay? Because let's be realistic. As long as if you're going to be going from the right side and saying, well, you're only supposed to be with opposite sex, okay, what about those that choose not to be with anybody? Wouldn't that seem kind of like on an oddity side of things as well? And how can you trust them if they're in it just for themselves? So it's a mute point is my point, is the way I'm saying this. Okay? A person that shouldn't have a problem with any of it, as long as if it's not being, forced on. If you're not going to force your spouse on me, whether they're a guy or a gal, and so I don't, and that brings in a whole different lifestyle there, if you're talking about that. So it becomes a moot point, and the reason why I would trust a person of any of those things it has nothing to do with who they're sleeping with. It's because you are a person of stature and caliber that can do a job and get a job done, or because I trust you in certain origins and affairs to handle situations and troubleshooting. And so, in an effort for us to understand this common ground, which we are still trying to do, mind you, we've got an administration right now that won't say the word civil rights. It's not in their vocabulary. And the reason why is because they are totally in opposition of it. And I won't say that. You've got members of this administration that don't know how to define it. They just do not know how to define it. Once again, it's not, but their choice is not out of conviction. Their choice is out of fear. And that fear is how peer pressure will perceive them. That's where it comes from. It's not how their God's going to perceive them. It is how others will perceive them. And whether or not they can keep their status quo. This is America right now. And you can almost apply this whole thing to a bunch of different topics and scenarios going down. Okay? And I'll go kind of off on another end of this. The season is ripe for the picking. And people need to understand something about this administration. And that is, when they can blow doors open, I've heard, this is like a crash and grab, or whatever they call them. When they can blow doors open and start doing their trading and doing their deal to make money, this is what they live for, is making money. They will do it. And nothing is going to stand in their way. Nothing. They right now have that opportunity, and trust me, the power elite are doing everything that they possibly can to make more money for themselves while they can. It's like having the bank vault doors open and no one's watching. Their scruples, their values, their convictions go right out the door. And they are hungry for the monetary so much that they don't care about what's going on the lower level. So, there you go. Welcome to the new America. For right now. Someday I pray it will hem in. But for now, this is where we live. Got nothing but love for you. And